So this is the Lafu's ambrosial...
Aren't you a Cloud Knight?
Cloud Knights don't visit the ambrosial arbor without a... The Lafu's plague mark is a tree, while the Yao Qing's is a...
I heard that the ambrosial arbor shriveled and...
The influence of the Stellaron. There's no time for explanations. We must return.
Well, there's nothing else for it. We're... Hey, wait for us! You're the first 10 Lords Commission judge I've met. What do you guys do exactly?
Our work concerns the Mara struck and the... lifespans of long-life species. I don't think this is the way.
Be careful, everyone.
Why is there still a civilian out here?
I fear not death. Not a chance. A sigh. Escape while you
Don't try to be a hero.
A sigh.
Hey, do I...
No! My apologies, miss. No wonder I was confused. But what is the meaning of this?
You just said there's no hope of the cloud. Come with us for now.
That won't do. As a
Looks like we're gonna have to resort to unconventional methods.
Now!
Move!
Miss Cloud Knight, why did the General send you out here all alone?
The extent of the disaster means the Cloud Knights are short on manpower. But don't worry, I'll keep you safe.
What was that?
This is as... A few more steps and we're at the main gate.
It's just a few steps away.
Everyone has their duties and obligations. From the day I joined, the apprentices fled, as they should have. But I cannot let them see their master. No use in trying to talk me out of it, young miss.
Everyone has their duties.
Doesn't look like it wants to let us through.
I doubt that. I think outside...
Any idea? You know, you're getting less silent and more deadly by...
Stick! Stand still.
I'm okay.
Didn't hurt.
I'm okay.
Not a scratch. Later. Time to say bye. Boom. Not a scratch.
So, are judges all loners? You don't seem to have any backup.
Judges of the Ten Lords Commission have always acted independently, each carrying out their duty in solitude. However, I have a younger sister. There's the star skip. The rebirth of the Ambrosial Arbor was bound to bring calamity. The Cloud Knights must be at the Alchemy Commission. Thank you for ensuring my safety on this journey. I will report this good...
We're glad we could help. She mentioned the Cloud Knights were at the Alchemy Commission. I should find a ship. Aw, you just can't bear to see me go.
We are most grateful.
Where there are people, there is noise.
Heritor Newsflash. Good evening, Madame Herta fans. This is an urgent broadcast. The great Madame Herta, member 83 of the Genius Society, has been targeted in an attack at the space station. Her current whereabouts are unknown, with no group having stepped forward to claim responsibility. Many Heritors are upset at the ineptitude of upper management, having issued strong protest and condemnation.
Mr. Scrollum, this was a premeditated attack.
Conclusion: their target was the space station, but their strategies are still unknown to us.
That's right. Which is precisely why we need her. The last to lay eyes on Herta's puppet before the attack was her.
And you are?
This is Dr. Ratio of the Intelligentsia Guild, a delegate from the IPC.
She's only just woken up, dazed. She may need a few pointers.
Ah, we cross paths again. Do you remember me?
Of course. Why would...
Miss Trailblazer, you must have many questions.
You probably know the gist of things already. A few system hours ago, one of Madame Herta's puppets was attacked by an unknown perpetrator. We don't know the location. No. The attack happened on a base out...
She received an invitation from the IP...
Ah, the technology department. Charming little place, isn't it? Madame Yabuli does possess some semblance of competence, but her subordinates? Oh, they're a riot. They want to start some new collaborations with Herta, and have graciously extended an invite for me to play the role of science consultant. However, this attack was timed a little too well. I can't help but wonder if someone leaked this information.
I've long heard that you're one of the best researchers in the guild, Dr. Ratio. We are honored to have your assistance.
Save your flattery. Time is hardly a luxury we can squander. To debate the merits of mere mortals in the company of an actual genius? Quite the paradox, if you ask me. Excuse me, you. Tell me, what were you doing the last time you saw that puppet? Don't play the fool. Think.
I think I was...
Oh, right. I need your help with something else. That curio's gone missing, and I can't just forget about it. Go find it for me when you have the time. I'm sure you can manage that, can't you? Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an... Send me a signal when you see traces.
I think she mentioned something important, but I can't... If only there were some...
Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit.
My memory is kind of hazy. What did I do after that? This is what I recall before I met her. Let me try...
A curio that's a lot... Maybe the researchers at the department Hinkle and are around here some...
Asta seems to have mentioned 2 names.
I saw it. I saw that person disappear.
What are we...
Yeah, whatever. Just what the...
Those despicable villains are distorting the truth online. Ugh. If I discover who's behind this, they're gonna wish they'd never crossed me. A curio that's alive but doesn't... Oh, nowadays people call them... Well, I might be the Department of Ecology. Adler would be of more help, but he's been investigating some paranormal phenomenon. I must say, it's a little embarrassing for the space station to be... We've been through a huge crisis and are still recovering. But there are some who are people are growing more and more distrustful of the management here. Never mind, I shouldn't be telling you this. It's something that we researchers need to resolve ourselves.
Adler. Right. Then I ran into Arlen. Adler was with him. Adler was with Arlen. They were involved.
What? He went to the scene alone with Peppy? How could you let him?
Calm down, Brother Arlen.
Where?
So I'm the dog?
They seem to be
Oh, really? What a cool... That kid sure is brave, running straight to the scene.
No! Brother Arlen,
Can you... Why are you looking for Adler? A lost curio. I see. He'll be able to help. Careful. The fragmentum in this area is very unstable. Over there! As I thought, he's in trouble. Stay alert. Lance forward!
in lunar flame. Light of moonlight.
Stand still. Time to say bye. Boom. Nap time.
Lance forward!
I'm okay.
Stand still.
Peppy!
That's me.
She wants to ask you something about Curio. I'll leave you to it. Adler, Peppy's in your hands now. Oh, about that investigation I asked for.
Don't worry. I think I figured. So, which curio do you... That's all you got? Well, there's beauty in the... Have you asked the department? She's not wrong.
Huh?
Huh. Now that you mention it, I have a wild hypothesis. Let's call it a day.
Adler seems to have gotten a lead, but what was the... Let's go over it from the start. I may have overlooked something. My memories of Arlen and Adler are hazy.
A curio that's alive. How's it going? Did you find... I see. Is that what Hinkle and... Think? See? My... Just business as usual. After the Legion's invasion, the space station has been under constant... Some researchers have been questioning the management and security. Things had settled down a bit with the reconstruction efforts, but the researchers... Yes. 4 researchers have inexplicably disappeared and people were just starting to regain their footing after the catastrophe. I didn't want panic to... However, as you can see, it's hard to keep... Rebuilding trust is harder than establishing it in the first place. Anyway, the most important thing... That's okay, but thank you for the offer, aren't you? Oh, by the way, I heard about the thing mentioned, and I'll look at...
So I did consult someone else other than Hinkle. The only thing I remember is that the other person should be from the Department of Insight. I need to remember who it is. The other person should be from the Department of Insight. Identifying that person is crucial. It could be the key to making sense of everything.
Hey, what brings you here, Rich?
I'm not.
It's all taken care of. Here's the account you asked for. It's legit and secure.
Sure.
Oh, you flatter me. Small scale. Best left under the table. But
Again? How many?
Here too. Did my memory piece together irrelevant? Now I remember. The other person is Emily. She was at the base of... What did Emily say?
I say, I've no need to be modest. At my age, though, I confess I did hear someone say you were the
Sure.
See this material here? People are so inconsiderate. I'm not getting any younger. And
Again? How many times has it?
oh, another smart look.
Huh. Asta told you to find me? A curio that doesn't have a body but is alive. However, I've heard of such a species. A colleague who came back. Don't get me wrong. I was merely relaying information. I didn't mean I'd help you.
The Xianzhou species Emily mentioned seems to be what inspired Adler. The Xianzhou species Emily mentions.
I figured you'd come to me to uncover the truth. I'm sorry. The situation is very delicate. I can't say anything except that it's a secret mission.
Just as I thought, I vaguely remember that Arlen said.
I'm sorry. The situation is... I see. Could you all... I'll be honest with you. It's been tough. There's only one clue. Adler observed that the automatic fire suppression system, that means that every victim's disappearance was accompanied by some inexplicable... The words they used were...
Have you asked the department? Huh. She's not wrong.
Huh?
She's not wrong. That's right! They're called Heliobi. I guess you could say that Wubba... Now that you mention it, I have a what? Let's call it a day. Wait.
Spontaneous combustion of the human body. That is most likely the truth. I need to go over it from the start. Starting with...
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an... Send me a signal when you see traces of...
I think she mentioned something. If only there were some hints.
Let me describe it again in case you forgot. It's an energy... Send me a signal when you see traces of it. That's not the point. I wouldn't be bothering with it if it didn't have something to... Anyway, keep up the good work. I need to go out for a bit. Go ask Asta.
I commend your stamina for recounting that interminable tale. You must be exhausted. So, to sum it up, the last time you laid eyes on Herta was in her office. She sent you on a wild goose chase for some trinket, the curio, after which you knew nothing else until Lady Asta contacted you. If that's the narrative you're sticking to, then indulge me. Who, pray tell, can substantiate this? A second-hand account. She wasn't at the scene. Hearsay.
Affirmation. We can ask.
Well, if you lace up those boots and start sprinting now, you might just catch the IPC shuttle in 4 system hours. But
Mr. Ratio, your stop.
Apologies. It's an unfortunate habit of mine. When one is immersed in academic, it is also the most efficient method, judging from my experience. Seeking answers with a negative hypothesis in mind is still valid research. If she is truly innocent, based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she specifically wanted you for an assignment.
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story, you met with Herta because she...
I remember now.
That's enough. Based on your story, and the assignment involves a curio that doesn't even have a name.
I remember now.
That's enough. And the assignment, Herta's collection. An endless trove of trinkets and baubles. And yet, she singles out what...
I remember now.
That's enough. Herta's collection. An endless trove of...
The curio isn't the point. Herta was only addressing it because of its relation to the Genius Society.
I would imagine the curio is the creation of a genius.
Yes. Then you said you asked Asta for help with the lost curio.
I remember now.
That's enough. Then you said, however, she decided to hold her tongue until...
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she decided to hold her tongue until...
I remember now.
That's enough. However, she decided to...
I remember now.
That's enough. However, so what's the story? Are you full of fanciful fiction? Or is Asta the one hoarding...
I remember now.
That's enough. So what's the story?
The space station has been very distrustful of its... Another severe incident would further...
Oh. So that explains why Lady Asta approved of my participation. They wouldn't be partial to anyone, but would still act for the space station's benefit. Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been thrust upon Arlen, head of the security department.
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers clearly, though, it bears no connection. Cut the act. You're perfectly aware of the point I'm making.
I remember now.
That's enough. Cut the act.
Correction. There may be a correlation.
Researchers' disappearances, you say? Yes, I've heard the responsibility of sorting out that mess has been...
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers' disappearances, you say?
I remember now.
That's enough. Researchers clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
No connection? I disagree. There should be...
Clearly, though, it bears no connection to Herta's puppet being attacked.
I remember now.
That's enough. Clearly, though, it bears no
I remember now.
That's enough. Clearly, though, it bears no...
No. If I recall correctly, Asta said, one of Madame Herta's pup don't know the location.
She did say that, but then what?
There should be evidence. Arlen discovered the space station's automatic fire suppression system was momentarily activated.
Huh. But
that's what's so odd about it. This may not be direct evidence. But if the system also then there's ample...
If these two incidents were caused by the same person, then the suspicion put on you...
We'll see in the main control room.
Imperator News Flash. This is an urgent broadcast. I repeat, this is an urgent broadcast. News has finally emerged regarding the attack on Madame Herta. The Annihilation Gang has claimed responsibility for the incident and warned of further activity. The Guild has expressed utmost condemnation.
The gods of the starry skies have abandoned the world. They give no thought to the masses. Only the wounded Savior can bathe the world in the firelight of destruction. Yet always there are cowards trying in vain to reject their fate and escape the wounds. Flee then. Flee as far as you can. No matter the distance, annihilation will find you.
This is...
a declaration of war, and an announcement of what's to come. They have...
This Duke Inferno Ifrit is a life form that hails from Fatora, a world long since destroyed. His race, the ever-burning...
a group of pitiful lunatics. I like Dr. Primitive's assessment of them. The value Nanook sees in the Annihilation Gang is perhaps far less than one might see in a child who deliberately broke a vase. The fire demons have a cruel temper and instinctively ignite and destroy items. Ifrit...
Japella Brotherhood.
On the Stellaron Hunters wanted posters, they stand accused of inciting the
Japella Palace crumbled in the scorching flames. And something similar is about to happen here. Spontaneous combustion? For him, it is routine. That video will soon circulate.
The destruction.
I'm afraid you need to start acting now. You have a superior strategy? Pray tell, do we set the two of them loose?
If we did that, we'd be at a disadvantage. I'll stay here and try to contain the news.
Where there are people, there is noise.
Not good. This is serious. The security department will do whatever we can to help you.
A list of the missing researchers and their details.
Sure, but the security department already combed through their backgrounds and personal relationships. We didn't find anything odd.
A list of the missing...
Okay.
Take it. Remember these names. Find a friend who's tuned into the gossip around here and tell them you... I don't know.
What else do you need me to do?
Take me to the one who knows the most about curios within the department.
I didn't really notice at first. but it's been a few system hours, and I still can't reach him. The last time I saw him was in the master control zone.
Lead the way. You said Adler was on the verge of a discovery, yet couldn't confirm if his disappearance is also related to the case here.
True. The key words that got Adler thinking were energy. We need to investigate this.
Jerk! Fine! Disappear! I don't ever... Oh, it's you. It's Ab. He's been acting really weird recently. He doesn't even answer me when I speak to...
What did he talk?
He kept saying...
Phrase.
Who said I want him back? But if you want to find him, I don't know exactly what he's searching...
So the researchers who disappeared were at the forefront of challenge. I finished browsing through this booklet while you were replying to messages. It's time to go back and chat with...
time to say bye. Boom.
Stand still.
Later, moonlight.
You're back. I've been monitoring the dark web. I barely managed to stop the video from spread.
Less than promising. We're running out of time. Let's retrace our steps First, Adler's disappearance.
Adler also.
You think that Adler...
Indeed. And First, Adler's disappearance. He must have come across some...
I understand.
Tenuous connection. First, Adler's disappearance. He must...
I understand.
Tenuous connect. First, Adler's disappearance.
I understand.
Tenuous connection. First, Adler's disappearance. He must have... The next angle is what the victims have in common. This taste...
I understand.
Tenuous The next angle is last. Is the abilities of Duke Inferno and the secret. During prior unrest, instigated by the Everflame Mansion, the flickering tongues of Duke Inferno's fire carrying a certain property, and this property is the secret. Look. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns...
It's the phase flame, the creation of member number 29. However, she lived for a mere 20. The phase flame shifted into a different phase as soon as it was created. When it returned to this phase...
This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns through worlds, leaving numerous scions of The kindling of this unique flame must be the missing curio that Hurt has been searching for. And
I understand.
Tenuous the kindling of this... I fear that this is the truth. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions, claiming it burns...
I understand.
Tenuous connection. This booklet describes a kind of fire that can phase through dimensions.
I understand.
Tenuous connection. This booklet, the kindling of this unique flame, must be the missing curio that Hurt has been...
I understand.
Tenuous connection. The kindling of this... I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered.
I understand.
Tenuous connect... I fear that this is the truth Adler discovered. When Sherling said, Adler kept muttering about a phrase before he disappeared. I believe this word was actually phase. As a scion of the phase flame, Duke Inferno would naturally share similar capabilities. Full-on phase. That is the truth of the spontaneous. We don't know where the victims went, but Duke and the sudden and consecutive disappearances. Once the seed of unrest has sprouted, he will then send out an announcement for an imminent attack. The next step would be to ignite the spark. Look at those researchers who disappeared. What would happen if someone realized their similarities? I need say no more.
It was all a premeditated trap to stir up chaos on the space station.
We're running out of time.
This...
No, it isn't enough.
Indeed. It needs one...
What do you mean?
If you limit your involvement to this, there's still room for excuses. I wouldn't give you the chance.
Could it be?
Huh? What is it?
Stay calm. Asta was... Based on first-hand experience, I have ascertained that Ifrit's flame is simply a splinter of the primordial...
That flame must still be somewhere inside...
A splinter. Try then if you...
It seems that Duke Inferno didn't deign to personally grace the space station. He merely cast infernal...
I will head to Herta's office and activate the folded space in the curio storage room. With some... Mr. Ratio, please go with...
Oh, we meeting?
The infernal fire is also a form of energy life form. The imaging device will pick up its trace. Follow it. The way is awash with flames. It must have just teleported. Be careful. Get ready to dash. See? It's still in the space station. Do you know what to do with cornered prey?
The fire.
It's still resisting. The fold... The flame is getting weaker. Duke Inferno...
What?
See...
chasing the firelight, not knowing that the blessings of destruction already lie at them. It is little wonder that even the descent of the Savior's Legion was unable. Next time, expect...
A small fragment of consciousness in there is gone. Oh? Ah, the banal theatrics of stalling. Let's not, shall we?
Not a scratch.
Lance, forward!
Stand still. Time to say bye. Boom. Relax.
Answer me.
Stand still.
Test. 0 points. Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood. 0 points.
Relax.
Lance, forward!
Answer me.
So this is the extent of miscreants materializing from the Inferno. Seems like Dr. Primitive wasn't wrong.
In lunar flame.
The fire is weakening. It's preparing to flee. You, keep your eye out for Lady Asta's whereabouts.
Immortality means forever.
Stand still. Relax.
A miracle.
Time to say bye. Boom. Stand still.
Knowledge, the measure of truth and falsehood.
Lance, forward!
0 points.
How insignificant!
You fool!
Relax.
Immortality.
Good work. You did very... Rest assured, Asta only had a While you were chasing the enemy, the security department also found the missing reason. It was all thanks to Adler. They fell into a spatial curio and could not leave until the Department of Ecology's most knowledgeable curio expert solved it from within. Many of them were shaken by their experience when Arlen found. Yes, it is over. This business is over, and I believe the space station will be able to deal with any internal, but there is one mystery that remains, and that is something I must deal with myself. I've been waiting.
Fallout from this incident remains. Surely you have plenty of pressing matters to attend to. Or is the safety of the space station beneath?
Answer. That is exactly why I came. After all, the principal figure in this whole affair is right here.
When did you start?
When one is immersed in academic research, skepticism comes. I've had the same bad habit as you since the beginning, Mr. Ratio.
I must say, I'm quite honored, Mr. Screwlam. But do explain, why opt
for curiosity's sake? Affirmation. I made the same decision as you.
Oh, and
objectively speaking, aside from some minor spiritual trauma, no researchers were hurt in this attack, which never aligned with the annihilation logic. A third party saved them.
Had I not fortuitously acquired a spark of the phase flame and intervened in Duke Inferno's teleportation, those...
You are more candid than...
But still behaving within your... One last question, Screwlam. Genius though you are...
I cannot be sure and can only hypothesize. Helping the weak hints at the merciful and pulling the strings from behind the curtain.
The ruler of planet Screwlam is indeed well versed in the human mind. It's a pity. To stand aside and observe is the best treatment one can give. There is a disease. The path of erudition has neither reason nor logic. While geniuses wander among the stars, the ordinary can't even trace their footsteps. Those less gifted have no choice but to walk alone. But even a life marked by failure is a life worth living. It is only in moments of solitude, and I have a fastidious nature. I cannot stand fools, idiots, or imbeciles. Seeing them fills me with dread.
You wish to uproot the researchers' blind worship of geniuses.
I am only laying out my pursuit tinged with negativity is still pursuit, and it is capable of...
You are indeed more like a medical doctor.
As for the spark,
I believe Asta will...
It is also a less... With that, I take my leave. I look forward to future encounters with... A farce full of trivial concerns. Ultimately, they're just mediocre minds.